Melvo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and today we're going right back into the Pyrocynical situation. I thought it would probably be over by now. I figured the stream I did on Friday would sort of kind of be like a good closing off for stuff, you know, had a couple edibles, you know, got a little high. It was a lot of fun. But, yeah, absolutely not. People are not ready to let this one die. And I want to be clear, this tweet pulled up is just before Pyrocynical responded to the situation. So there has been more backpedaling with people in commentary. There have been people kind of saying, well, you know, the initial allegations weren't what they were, or this is not what people are saying. And I want to just make one very clear statement on this. Ivory's accusation, when he first made it, to right now, is that Pyrocynical groomed him. That was always what the accusation was. Well, I've already said, from the beginning, I thought what Pyrocynical did was creepy. I think there is a moral argument, certainly, but it's not illegal, and morality is subjective around it, and he's clearly not a groomer or a pedophile. Now, to most people's credit, I do see a lot more people uploading videos right now where they're saying he is definitely not a pedophile, he is definitely not a groomer, and stuff like that, you know, I think is at least fair. I do disagree with a couple of things people are saying so far, but before we jump into that, let's talk about this tweet from Turkey Tom addressed to this guy called Random Dude. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Random Dude's the one who made the statement that Ivory was disingenuous about his age in order to gain access into these erotic roleplay groups. And as you can see here, you know, he uploaded his video. Turkey Tom responded, you know, you must be the most spineless and downright fucking stupid man alive. This is going to be very important here. After being one of the most harmful people in this entire situation, you have continued to flip-flop repeatedly based on what you feel will be the popular opinion, and you have no real conviction of your own. I never fell back on my belief that he wasn't a pedo, nor did I even claim he was 100% innocent. I only apologized for my tweet's poor wording and hit or miss evidence. Claiming I had apologized for my stance is literally just a lie. You did apologize, and hit or miss is very disingenuous, lol. You spread information that you could not back up in any way and got thousands of likes doing so, convincing people that Ivory was guilty of things which he was not. Your damage to the situation is irreparable, and you should never share an opinion online ever again. I'm just going to say that comes across as a massive level of projection, because remember, Turkey Tom's document, which is what really reignited Ivory's claims, was quite literally titled Proving Pyrocynical's Guilt, okay? And Ivory's accusations were on grooming. And I understand at the very bottom, after telling you he's proving his guilt over accusations of grooming, at the very bottom, he said his final verdict was, well, he couldn't definitively say that he was, but he definitely couldn't rule out that he wasn't. Yeah, I'm sorry, but, like, you are incredibly fucking damaging. What you put out there was totally irreparable. And, you know, I think it's why Turkey Tom and a lot of other people in commentary that are friends with Turkey Tom, or who did even simple videos reading through his Google Doc without providing much criticism, are getting as much backlash as they are. Because at the end of the day, Turkey Tom's Google document was terribly put together. It was meant to just destroy Pyrocynical outright, destroy any defense that he had to these claims, and that's the way that a lot of people took it, because I said that there was a live stream. I'm thinking it's probably down by now, but it was called, you know, Watching Pyrocynical Sub Loss. It was running 24/7, and people in those comments were saying, he's a groomer, Turkey Tom confirmed it, he's a groomer. So yeah, generally the takeaway people were getting off of that Google Doc is that you proved that the guy was a groomer, which is disgusting. Now, I've already said, I don't know if it's just complete fucking incompetence. You ran in with a narrative in your head already and then only looked for evidence that would justify said narrative, or if it was actually malicious, because this did not come across as honest work. I'm sorry, it just does not, especially in light of everything else that's come out. Now, I want to highlight this video. It was uploaded by Augie RFC. 1.2k likes, 2.3k dislikes. If you want to watch it for yourself, I'll be frank with you. I don't think that this is the worst take you can have. I think what a lot of people probably have an issue with is the idea that he says certain things in there. One of the things that I personally have issues with is, and it's not just something I've heard Augie say, I've heard multiple people say it, that sure, you can't prove Pyrocynical knew Ivory's age, but, I mean, you know, thanks to the abundance of evidence, I mean, I still feel that way. And I want to address this one really quick, because we're going to see people quintuple down on that argument, 100%. Where they're going to say that thanks to this abundance of evidence, I mean, you can't really say he didn't, but, you know, I still believe that he did. If that's what you really believe, that's fine. But the abundance of evidence that they are referring to is literally one tweet, right? When Pyrocynical was not banned from Twitter, in which Ivory stated his age of 15, which would mean that, you know, Pyrocynical was specifically looking at every single tweet that Ivory ever sent out, or he looks at every single tweet in his timeline, which, I mean, that's absurd. I don't have that many people unfollow, and I don't do anything close to that. Now, Bo Black's probably does. You know, that's what he does. He's a Twitter archivist. But the other piece is that Ida would have informed Pyrocynical of Ivory's age. And I've already said, that's probably your strongest argument, but the easy defense to that is straight up that Ida gave zero shits about his age. Ida never cared about his age. Ida never thought it was an issue to begin with and didn't think that it mattered. So you're going to trust that somebody who, while not dating, is good friends with this Pyrocynical individual, that she would notify him of something that she didn't think mattered at all. Yeah, you're trusting an amoral person to make a moral decision on something that they don't give a shit about, right? That's probably your strongest argument. But if it is, I'm sorry, you don't actually have a case here. And what's even worse is, you know, Turkey Tom doing certain things that objectively were very stupid, like putting into his Google Doc that Ida was his soon-to-be girlfriend. I get that they were close. I'm just going to say that when you put stuff like that into your Google Doc, it really comes across more like you are trying to frame a narrative rather than actually get into the truth. That was just irresponsible. You should have never fucking done it. Now, let's talk about this one. I think, probably better than anyone else, gone into the legality argument in regards to the Pyrocynical situation in many of my videos. I'm going to highlight a tweet from Nicholas Diorio talking about this, and a tweet from Turkey Tom from, I want to say, a few weeks ago in regards to the legality argument, because Nicholas Diorio watched the Deaf Noodles video, which is terrible, and Turkey Tom watched my video and tried to counter me on the laws in the UK. But let's go ahead and watch this segment.
Is sexting illegal? It is important to know that while sexting between consenting adults is not illegal, sending or receiving a sexually suggestive text or image to or from a person under the age of 18 is considered exploitation or child and can result in criminal charges.
Seems like both in England and in Pennsylvania, where Pyro and his underage friend are respectively located, they're not really looking to prosecute people who are not exchanging images, but only having explicit conversations, even though the law seems really vague in that sense. So let's see what some lawyers had to say about a similar situation.
All right, so if you want to watch the entire thing, feel free to. But to be clear, the legality argument's been out of the water for a very long time. The fact that anyone would still try to go back into that seems weird to me, but I've already said, if you think you've proven this man's guilt, you know, grooming is a crime. It is in the UK anyways. Specifically, they have laws against that, and you can go to the police and get this man arrested if you really want to do that. But I want to give Nicholas Diorio credit because I think that he's had a very reasonable take on this from the start. I really don't disagree with a lot of what he has said about the Pyrocynical situation. And look, I may take shots at the guy, you know, because he jumped into my original video and called it satirically bad with no points worth responding to. And then went on to make the same fucking points. But anyways, if he's right, he's right, okay? And in this situation, he absolutely is. I have to make a tweet about Deaf Noodles because this guy is as stupid as he is unfunny. Yeah. In regards to Pyro and legality, he cited an article about sexting laws in Mississippi and apparently didn't even read them because they nearly all use the words knowingly. Now, remember I was just talking about with the Augie situation and a lot of these other commentators who are going, because of the abundance of evidence. I'm sorry, but this is what we're talking about. He would have to know. Okay, he would have to actually know or have a reasonable assumption that Ivory was under the legal age of consent. So this is the clip from the video we just played. This is the law itself, right? In which you have to knowingly, right? Like, so you have to knowingly, right? Knowingly permitting a minor to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of visually depicting that conduct. Knowingly send, transmitting, shipping, mailing, or receiving a photo, drawing, sketch, film, videotape, or other visual depiction of an actual minor engaging in sexually explicit content. Knowingly enticing, inducing, persuading, soliciting, coercing, or seducing a minor to meet with you or to meet with any other person for the purpose of engaging in sexually explicit conduct. Again, we're talking about Pyrocynical actually has to know. And as far as the abundance of evidence behind that, I'm sorry, but one tweet is not an abundance of evidence. And saying that his good friend, who didn't give a shit about any of this and never saw it as an issue, right, would have 100% told him, or sorry, in the words of Tommy C, 99% certainty she would have told him, is bullshit. It is fucking bullshit. It absolutely is. You really don't have anything here into the arguments of him knowing about the age of 15. Now, in terms of knowing about the age of 16, I said all along I thought he did, and in Pyrocynical's own response, he said that he did, because 16 is age of consent. And we're going to bring that argument back up again. But going into Zapti, so this is from December 9th, right? Someone had talked to him saying, like, the Crow video has thousands of views. I'm really shocked you're still only responding to desperate Reddit posts. Some of those Reddit posts are pretty desperate. That's fair, and they're fun to make fun of. I get that. I can understand that. But, he said, I actually saw that video. My impression of it was that he argued over age of consent laws, which I personally am not really focused on. I care more for the morality of the situation. I got to say, then you shouldn't have titled your document Proving Pyrocynical's Guilt, because, oh boy, is that thrown in your face a lot. And here's a link to the UK law as well. If you want to get technical, I do believe that he would have been breaking UK law based on this. So him and Def Noodles were essentially making the same type of argument here. Because when you read through this, right? A person aged 18 or over, A, commits a defense if, for the purpose of obtaining sexual gratification, A, intentionally communicates with another person, B, the communication is sexual or is intended to encourage B to make, whether to A or to another, a communication is sexual, and B is under 16, and A does not reasonably believe that B is 16 or over. Now, again, reasonably believe, they met in NSFW chats, right? They were in, I'm sorry, but Pyro and Ivory were both ERPing with other individuals, and Ivory had been quite open about his sexual encounters with other people. It's pretty reasonable to believe that that person is over age of consent, and so I don't see why he would have taken issue with it, right? I can understand that, Pyrocynical did go out with his response saying, it's on him, he takes responsibility, he should have verified age. But I've always said, it's not very reasonable for him to have assumed that this person may have been a minor, given the nature of the setting and given the nature of the actual content that was being, well, I don't really want to say it right now because it's pretty gross. But, yeah, no, this is an argument that Turkey Tom himself tried to make in terms of UK law, which would have been much more relevant, because that is where Pyrocynical lives, and Pyrocynical is the one being accused. But even in the state of Mississippi, where Def Noodles tried to make that claim, yeah, that doesn't work either. You actually had to prove that Pyrocynical was very aware of Ivory's age being 15, and nobody has done that. And even with multiple pieces of evidence from Turkey Tom's document, including one of the big names that he said has recanted, saying, I did not recant, you don't have it. You never did have it, and now you have even less of it. Now, Diesel Patches, he uploaded this video, and I think it was a pretty good response to the situation. Some people aren't happy with it. 757 dislikes, but 37K likes. So obviously it was a good response to the situation. But there's something in this response I did want to actually pull up, and then I want to highlight Keemstar here, because if you think that this is over, oh fuck no, it is not.
Who sent out the wrong information and don't fucking learn. You know, more stuff's gonna come out. I know Turkey Tom's cooking up something. Keemstar invited some of us commentary channels to listen to his rant on Pyro, where he's gonna talk about new information he has on him. And, you know, when it comes to stuff like this, I don't find myself to be a reliable source. So
Okay, so you heard that, right? Keemstar is getting together with these other commentary channels to cook something up on Pyrocynical. You know, and I got these tweets pulled up in order, but let me see if I can just go here, right? I heard this story behind the scenes that I'm Alex, learned the truth of the underage French girl, and started telling everyone about it. It got back to Pyro. At a gaming convention, Alex went up to Pyro's table, and Pyro said, yelled at him, "Stay away from my son," right? But then he goes, I'm Alex. Actually, I know we hate each other, but DM, please. Let me be very clear, right? Keemstar just got outed trying to gather a bunch of people in commentary together to do content on Pyrocynical, right? Kick up a fucking controversy about Pyrocynical. And he's reaching out to I'm Alex, the guy who quite literally pushed out several fucking false allegations knowingly. That, to me, is more problematic than anything going on with Def Noodles or anything going on with Augie, right? You have Keemstar, drama alert, millions of subscribers, who has a personal vendetta against Pyrocynical and has for a very long time, right? That's not a secret. I don't think Keemstar would deny it. Trying to get other commentary channels into a call with him so he can rant about Pyrocynical and talk about this new story he's going to be kicking up about him. First off, if you have the fucking content, drop your fucking drama alert, right? Drop your fucking video. The fact that you're trying to preempt all these other channels to kind of follow up on the same fucking subject, yeah, it sounds like you're organizing against the guy. It does. It fucking does. And, you know, I'll play this video by Keemstar so you can kind of hear how upset he is at Diesel Patches for leaking the fact that there was a fucking call.
Shit that happened with Pyro back in 2016 and how there's new information on it. And it's a private chat. And all of a sudden you upload a video today saying, oh yeah, Keemstar's working on some shit. Everybody, Keemstar's working on some shit. I was in a call with him. He was having a rant. What the fuck did you reach out to me and say, hey, can I talk about this publicly? Not once. Not at all. Not one bit. Not once. What kind of fucking snake shit is that? But okay. All right. You're that type of person. Okay. You won't.
Okay. So let me just be very clear, right? Keemstar is more upset that he was outed for having that private call, right? Fuck off, dude. Like, seriously, fuck off. You're sitting there organizing fucking commentary channels to go after Pyrocynical over old fucking drama, while at the same time putting out shit on Twitter like this. Pyrocynical is having some type of online relationship with an underage French girl. He denied this, but leaked DMs prove Pyro was talking to her and said our relationship in leaked DMs. He admits jacking off to sexual combos with a 15-year-old boy. You tell me when asked if he thinks he's a pedo. How about this? Guys, all Pyrocynical did was sexually roleplay with a 15-year-old boy and jerk off to it. Quit acting like he's some kind of furry pedo. I think it's pretty clear that I'm being sarcastic here. Okay, so, yeah, and he was retweeting this story. So this is the actual leaked message from this girl, right? Like I said, I was happy to wait for you to hit 16. You didn't, though. But there was too many people stalking us trying to get info from us. Then you didn't give a shit. So I ended the relationship so they wouldn't attack you or me anymore. Okay, 18 and 15, I'm sorry, but, like, there are little situations going on with people who are in high school where you have seniors who are 18 dating fucking sophomores who are 15. Okay? It literally happens. It's not fucking abnormal. It's not out of the fucking ordinary. And clearly he's saying here he will not engage with her sexually until she turns 16 years old. Or at the very least, put whatever relationship they have on hold until you get to that point. Which it doesn't seem like she was very happy with. This is not proof of fucking pedophilia, you fucking psychotic piece of shit. Trying to say that, oh, he was jerking off to a 15-year-old boy. that you are fucking such a disingenuous scumbag, and that you're trying to put together people in commentary to go off and make videos on Pyrocynical, a man you have a personal fucking vendetta against, is gross. It's fucking gross. And that you're reaching out to fucking I'm Alex as a source? Are you fucking crazy? Like, are you fucking high, dude? Like, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But, like, I got told, well, you know, tread carefully when you talk about this stuff, bro. The actual fuck am I supposed to tread carefully here on? It's pretty goddamn clear what you are trying to do. You're going to fucking I'm Alex for information so you can go slander someone that you do not like. Dude, fuck off. And you know what? Anyone in fucking commentary who wants to bring up fucking Deaf Noodles, who I think is a fucking piece of shit, 100%, perfectly fine with saying that, right? Trying to bring up some fucking law in Mississippi that he didn't fucking read, right? Yeah, calling this guy heavily implying he's a fucking pedophile. Yeah. Totally all for it. Now you need to fucking talk about Keemstar here. You actually have to. Because you know what? Diesel Patches, whether or not he meant to, exposed what fucking Keemstar was fucking doing. And what Keemstar is planning on fucking doing. And you cannot fucking talk about any other commentator jumping the gun, saying bad shit, fucking implying this guy's a pedo when you clearly don't think that, or have said it yourself, and then be okay with this. Shut your mouths on this. Yeah, fuck off with that. Seriously, fuck off with that. Y'all need some serious fucking help. Because you clearly haven't fucking learned a single goddamn thing from this entire situation.
Novo, let that shit bang.